What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this video, guys, we're going to go ahead and break down a couple of things with FPI, FPIS, Frax, FXS. Should you sell all of your FXS and go buy FPIS? We'll get into all that and more. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, there's an airdrop. If you guys were LPing with certain tokens in LP pools like FXS and Frax, you will be able to claim this airdrop in addition to users who were staking their FXS in VEFXS or on Toke or on Convex. So make sure you guys, if you're unsure, just go ahead and check this website. It's airdrop.frax.finance, just in case I forget to put it in the description below. It's also in this Twitter thread I made, just in case I forget. So let's go ahead and explain what's going on with FPI. So FPI is a stablecoin that is looking to be backed by a basket of assets. So it's not a stablecoin as to a dollar, but more so towards CPI. Now this other token called FPIS is the governance token for that whole little model. Now, should you dump it? Should I hold it? It's entirely up to you what you want to do. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the facts. Then you guys can decide to do what you want with it. Bear in mind that this video was just a compilation of just different information and data that I have found. This is not the exact data from the docs because, well, the docs are not out yet. They're still in the making. So this is a compilation of what I've gotten from reading different threads from Sam, reading different threads from the community with Sam confirming, and so on. You have two different things. You have FPI, which is your Frax price index. This is your CPI stablecoin. And then you have FPIS, which is your governance token. This does not have direct value accrual as in mint FPI and then burn FPIS. No, that's not the case. In fact, in order to mint FPI, you need to back it 100% with Frax collateral. So this is locking up Frax. Remember, how do you mint Frax? Well, it takes a portion of collateral and a portion of the FXS token. So FXS is still going to get that appreciation as more Frax is minted and as more FPI is minted because, well, it's backed by Frax. How do you get more Frax? Oh, yeah, that thing. Okay, cool. But keep in mind, FPIS is not just a useless governance token. It actually has staking rewards. It's the seigniorage token for the protocol. So when the protocol has excess yields, this will go to the FPIS token holders. So with FPI being backed 100% by Frax, and when I say backed, I mean the collateral backing it is Frax. It's literally deposited into a vault and it's put into different yield-bearing strategies in order to, well, accumulate a yield because the FPI token is not going to be stable to $1. In fact, it goes up and down based on CPI and inflation data. So as you can see here, the system will adjust monthly according to CPI Oracle data. So the FPI's monetary value will fluctuate according to the reported CPI increase or decrease. The increase or decrease is done by the yield that is earned from the Frax inside the treasury. Now bear in mind, if the Frax is not making enough money in order to accumulate and increase the price or increase the backing of FPI, the dollar value, then FPIS is minted. When FPIS is minted, that dilutes the other token holders, and this goes to help inside the treasury assets. So let's summarize where we're at so far. FPI, the stablecoin that is fully backed 100% by Frax. This is pegged to CPI numbers from Chainlink oracles. This is not pegged to $1. To mint FPI, the Frax you deposit is used as collateral, so you need Frax to make FPI. Third, sufficient amount of collateral in Frax is needed to keep the FPI from being under collateralized, because as the monetary price of this grows, you need to have more Frax backing it. Other important notes. You redeem your FPI for Frax. So if you want to pull out FPI, you can always swap it on Uniswap. But if you're trying to just exchange it at the Oracle rate, when you swap FPI, you will get Frax. So if you deposit or withdraw $1,000 worth of FPI, you're going to get $1,000 worth of Frax. FXS is needed to mint Frax. We already know this one. The collateral ratio depends and changes from time to time based on the Frax Finance data on the website. Right now we're at 86% collateralization ratio. And lastly, FPIS governs over the FPI Treasury. And during times of excess yield, FPIS holders get money. During times of non-excess yields, well, FPIS is minted and you get diluted. Bear in mind though, there is a max cap of 100 million. So keep that in mind. If you're unfamiliar with the seigniorage model, the TLDR on this is that the early users usually get rewarded. A couple of examples of this are like Toon Finance and Terra Luna. These are both seigniorage platforms, with the T-share and the Luna token being the seigniorage tokens. So in both models, like on FPI and with Frax, it doesn't matter. FXS is always going to accrue value because here's the flow. FXS is needed to mint Frax. Frax is needed to mint FPI. Now, FPI cannot be minted with anything else besides Frax. So where do you get Frax? Oh, Frax. Oh, FXS. So theoretically, you need FXS to do that. FPIS has a different value accrual mechanism. It doesn't directly accrue value based on the amount of FPI that is made. Yes, the more FPI that there is, theoretically, FPIS will see token appreciation, similar to like when Avalanche Rush was out and Avalanche was booming. So was Trader Joe. So Avalanche would go up 2x, Trader Joe would go up like 4 or 5x. That's how you can look at FPIS. And the opposite is true. Avalanche goes down 2x or down 50%. Well, Trader Joe gets wrecked by like 75, 80%. It's just a more volatile asset. It's basically a 2x leverage or a 3x leverage on FXS. But it's meme, so it doesn't have direct value accrual. Yes, it has staking rewards, but it doesn't have the direct value accrual of the buy or burn pressure. People would only be buying this in order to get the staking rewards. They would not, or the protocol would not be the last resort buyer in order to mint more tokens. Now, the ultimate goal for this in general, as quoted by Sam himself, this would be the ultimate of all crypto savings account. Inflation resistant stablecoin, FPI plus ETH plus BTC, yielding CVX, Curve, FXS, and FPIS. That is like the sauce. Hang on, let me break that down. An inflation resistant stablecoin, FPI, plus ETH, plus Bitcoin. Now, if those swaps and those pairs weren't good enough, you're now getting paid to deposit. You're getting CVX, you're getting Curve, you're getting FXS, and FPIS. That is the sauce. So I know I've summed it up, I said it a couple times, but I want to make sure this message is drilled in your head. This is what I want to leave you guys with. FXS is meant to be the underlying token of the Frax ecosystem to govern the balance sheet of Frax, the stablecoins, the gauges, Frax swap, all the different features of the Frax ecosystem. FPIS is meant to govern the FPI balance sheet. So it's almost like its own little ERC20 token for its own little dApp. So like you have the cake token for Pancake Swap, and then you have the BNB token for the whole entire Binance Smart Chain. FPIS is not trying to replace FXS. They are complementary to each other. Both have their own features and both have their own functions. The upcoming Frax 4 pool, though, in my opinion, will bring more eyes and more people to come look at Frax and then be like, wait, this is pegged to $1. Let me check out this FPI thing. And when you check out that FPI thing, whether or not you're buying Frax directly or indirectly through FPI, this is going to create more demand for the Frax stablecoin. When there's more demand for the Frax stablecoin, y'all know what happens. Bear in mind, keep that in mind, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. By the way, if you got the airdrop, make sure you guys go claim it. We're going to hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. Proverbs chapter 16, verses 31. Gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteous. Maybe I'll get some gray hair soon. Gray hair's good. Like if you guys see them grandparents and those old peeps, don't be dissing them and being like, whatever, bro. Look at the gray hair. How do you think they got that gray hair? They've been on this earth a long time, buddy. And I can tell you, from my short-lived experience, oh boy, that's tough. You guys can also catch me on tweeters at rent a home fast, like literally at rent a home fast.